Hello and welcome back viewers to At Ease No Media, where we discuss media related topics at ease. So today in this video we will be discussing about the main difference between journalism and journalist. It's like entrepreneurship and entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship means doing business and entrepreneur means the person who is pursuing the business. Same thing goes like journalism and journalist. Journalism means the action, the verb, and journalist means the noun who is performing. This video is divided into two parts. Number one, introduction, where we will be understanding about the meaning, the difference, the responsibilities, how to become a journalist, and further the different approaches. First thing first, let's understand the meaning of journalism. Journalism means the job or activity which involves gathering of information, writing about it in print publication, online publication, broadcast like television, radios, and it can also be like online such as live streaming. So journalism means disseminating the informations, the required message, which is mainly considered as news. Journalism describes the event that have an impact on people's life. That means it targets the event which must have an impact on people's life. Now let's quickly move on to the next part where we will be understanding about the concept of journalism and journalist. So to put it simple, a journalist is someone who acquires information. Journalist is a person, journalism is the action. Just like the previous example which I have already told you, journalist can be expressed as entrepreneurs, the businessmen, and journalism can be compared with the business. That means the action. So journalist, what we can see over the screen is that a journalist is someone who acquires information in the form of text, audio or photo, transforms it into a form that is newsworthy and that makes it available to the public. Journalism refers to the primary act of process carried out by a journalist. Whereas journalism is not equal to only reporting. Journalism is not equal to only reporting. Some might think that journalism means only reporting. No, there is a myth. Journalism is not only reporting, it means like photojournalism, copywriter, feature writer, writing, and the different news organizations are having different job roles. So we cannot say journalism means only reporting. Reporters and journalists are same, but there are certain different types of journalists as well other than reporters. With that, let's quickly move on to the responsibilities of the journalist. What are the primary responsibilities of the journalist? As you can see, the primary responsibilities of the journalist are generating story ideas. So every journalist must have the capacity to generate story, to generate the idea of the story, how that story is going to be published in any form. Journalist must have the idea of generating story. Journalist must have the nose for news. And most important, journalists must be confident, courageous, interested in that particular field, and journalists must have the ability to do the research properly because journalism is a social responsibility. Without researching, without knowing the fact fully, without 100% knowledge and without verification of that particular fact, journalists can't write a single word. That is beyond ethics, that is unethical. And most important, the journalist must have a beautiful vocabulary, beautiful stock of words, as well as the journalist must know how to write well. How to write well means how to hook your target audience. And with that note, how to hooking the target audience or how to hooking the audience part, it's coming the storytelling way. If your storytelling is good, if the journalist storytelling idea, storytelling procedure is good, then the audience will automatically be hooked with that particular news articles, be it in written form, be it in video form, in anything. Very quickly moving on to the next slide. In this slide, we will be discussing about the procedure of how to become a journalist. And this is same tips for all different forms of journalism, be it financial journalism, be it entertainment, be it anything and everything requires this particular must have points. First of all, it comes interest. Once you are having interest in a particular field or particular genre, you must have a professional degree. After having the professional degree, while continuing with the degree, you must have internships. This is very important. While having the internships, you will be learning first-hand experience. After having that experience, choose your specialty, choose your strength, choose your weakness, choose your opportunity, choose your threats. whether you are capable for that particular industry or not. Introspect and make your weakness covered by your strength, and let your threats be covered by your opportunities. Following with, be certified. How you will be certified? You will be certified by getting that particular degree. Then create your own portfolio. It's very important. After creating your portfolios, that means your sample works, your previous works. After making your portfolios, hunt for job, because no one is going to give you jobs. You have to hunt it. You have to hunt it by yourself. Quickly moving on to the next part, in this slide we will be understanding about the different approaches of journalism. As you can see, every type of journalist have a distinctive approach and writes for a distinct group of readers. That means everything is specialized. Every journalist, for example, financial journalist will be writing about stock markets, and agricultural journalist or environment journalist will be writing about the agricultural news. So everything is specified. Journalism is divided into categories based on how it controlled as well as on its own style and forms. Every journalism is having its own distinct style. Well, at some point of time, it is true that all the forms of journalism comes under the same umbrella. That means the journalist must be courageous, the journalist must be having the nose for the news. But the different approaches for different types of journalism varies. Next comes the government. In some nations regularly interfere with how journalism is carried out. That means it's the government intervention. Whereas there are certain nations where news media are independently owned and operated by business. To make it clear, we must know the ownership pattern of media. In my previous video, I have already discussed about different ownership patterns of media. Please go and check it for a better understanding. Link given in the description, as well as you guys can see on the I button over here. Now let's quickly move on to the next part, that is the different forms of journalism or the different styles of journalism. Each type we will be discussing in details in the upcoming videos. So thank you guys. This was it with today's video. Keep supporting At Ease No Media.